So, welcome all. Thank you for attending today's webinar. First of all, I want to acknowledge each and every one of you for coming here and attending today's webinar. So, we use different tools for doing shadow analysis to know the DC power, to know the AC power, to know the daily, weekly, monthly yield, to know the performance ratio, to know whether there is a problem in the inverter. On the mechanical side, we use different tools like AutoCAD to create a module layout. We also use SketchUp, and also on the mechanical side, we also use tools through which we can determine whether your modules or structure are able to withstand the strong wind loads or snow loads. Also tools to calculate the bill of materials. Also tools to do the structure analysis. Also tools to know how much the weight of ballast or how many number of ballast needed for the solar PV projects. For all these tools, we use different tools for it. We use so many number of tools. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's webinar, I will be telling you a common tool, rather a single tool through which you can do both mechanical as well as electrical planning. So with this tool, you will not only saving time, but also reducing the error, which eventually leads to increased productivity. So ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to tell you about a common tool which is called K2 Plus. And myself, Harpreet, would be your host for today. And I would be joined by, because for this webinar, we have actually collaborated with SolarEdge, and Mr. Venkat from SolarEdge also would be there in the second half of the webinar. So before moving ahead, I would like to introduce my team as well, because there are my team members will be supporting me from the back side for this webinar. So I would like to first ask Hartwig to quickly say hi to the audience and shortly introduce himself. Thank you, Hartwig. Please, over to you.
Breathe. Thank you. Hello, my name is Hartwig. It's a pleasure to be co-moderator at today's webinar. I'm in charge of international sales here at K2. And later on in the webinar, I take care of your question that you're going to come up with your raised hand. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Hartwig. Now we have more colleagues in today's online masterclass. Now I will request Axel to please quickly say hi to the audience and shortly introduce himself. Axel.
Hello to India. I'm Axel. I'm the sales area manager of the north of Germany, and today I'm a co-moderator, and I will answer some questions and will stay behind, and hope we have a good meeting and a good webinar. And hi to everybody.
Thank you so much, Axel. I would really appreciate Axel for, especially on the holidays, he's willing to assist us in this co-moderating this webinar. Thank you so much, Axel. And now I will ask Stefan Cole also to quickly say hi to the audience and shortly introduce himself. So Stefan.
Hi guys, big warm welcome also from my side. My name is Stefan. I'm in charge of the digital solutions department at K2 Systems, and we're the ones taking care of our app that you quickly saw in the introduction, as well as Base. And we're also the ones that set up the API from our end together with SolarEdge, that will be presented by Harpreet and his colleague from SolarEdge as well later on. So really glad a lot of you joined, and have fun.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you so much. And now, not the least, I will also ask Venkat to please visible on the screen. I would like to introduce Mr. Venkat. Mr. Venkat is the technical head of SolarEdge Technologies in India. He has more than 12 years of experience in the solar PV industries and holds a master's degree in renewable energies. With a career spanning 18 years in the renewable energy domain, he has worked in national and multinational companies. Presently, Mr. Venkat is responsible for India and Sri Lanka region in promoting the SolarEdge DC optimized inverter solutions. So thank you so much, Venkat. for joining this,
Thank you,
for agreeing to be part of this webinar. And now, without taking much time further, I would be telling you shortly how this webinar is scheduled. So basically, we will going to tell you about a common tool, as I mentioned, which is called K2 Plus. And K2 Plus, with the K2 Plus, you can do both the mechanical as well as electrical planning. So with we have two tools called K2 Base, and one tool is from the SolarEdge side, and there's one platform called K2 Plus, which combines both these mechanical and electrical tools. So the mechanical tool, I will be explaining you how to do that, and in the later half, Venkat will be telling you how to do the electrical part, going from the continuing further from the mechanical planning. So idea is that we don't have to go back again to mechanical planning, again doing the module layout, again selecting the modules, and then do the inverter planning, knowing the DC/AC power, knowing the yield, performance ratio, and so on. So we can just continue from where mechanical planning is finished. We can continue further with electrical planning. So on the second half, Venkat will be explaining how to do the electrical planning part. So now I would ask Hartwig to please let me know whether my screen is visible or not, so that I can quickly go through the.
Your screen is visible, Harpreet.
All right, perfect. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. So we are going to start with the mechanical planning without wasting much time. In short, we are K2 Systems are a mounting structure company based out of Germany and have subsidiaries all over the world. We have more than 10 gigawatt installed worldwide, and we are proudly saying that we are very reliable company. You can see our history. We are a company since 2003, so already 17 years of experience, and we have a great technical know-how. And some years back, we already developed an online tool so that it makes the task of planning, especially the mechanical planning, easy. So now I will be showing you how to do this mechanical planning. So for those of you who have not yet registered with this planning tool, it's very easy. You need to just go to this URL, which is called base.k2systems.com, which you can see that the URL on your screen as well. So if what you have to do in order to plan your PV installation in the future, you first need to create a account with the K2 base. So in order to create an account with the K2 base, what you need to do is basically you need to click on the sign up button here, and you need to quickly fill up this this basic information, very simple information, which will take less than 60 seconds. You just need to fill this information up and then just submit it. And once you submit this information, we normally approve your account within 24 hours, and you will get your own username and password. So very simple, ladies and gentlemen. So basic steps, if you want to do the mechanical planning with such an online tool, the first thing begins with the creating an account, and this is very simple. As I explained, you can simply do that. So please do that. Those of you already did it, congratulations. And those of you who have not yet done it, please do so after the webinar. All right. So let's begin quickly with the online planning. So to begin with, I need to log in with my own account. So I'll just do that. So what I'll do is already my login is created with the username and password, which my computer already knows. So just simply click on the login. So I already logged in. So now, ladies and gentlemen, just quickly, I want to tell you, this tool this is like a dashboard of the tool, and this tool is available in 18 languages. Okay. And the most important for this information which I want to share with you, there are two ways of planning this mechanical planning. One way is metrics, which is in millimeters, and other one is the US style, and also people use to some parts of India also the imperial style, which is in inches. My favorite one is metrics, because the most important component of a of a solar PV project planning is solar modules. And if you look at the data sheets, the measurements are normally given in millimeters. So it makes my task at least much more simpler. So my favorite is metrics. So it's up to you whether you want to go with imperial or metrics. It's up to you. Mostly the US guys appreciate Imperial, but rest of the world go with the Matrix ones. So I will go with the Matrix ones. If you are convenient with Imperial, you can go with the Imperial. So ladies and gentlemen, this is very simple tool, extremely simple tool. But we have a great team in Germany trying to make it as simple as possible. They are doing lot of every day they're doing working on the backhand to make this tool as much convenient, as much accurate, as much effective for us. Yeah. So please, I will really appreciate if you can make use of this tool, which will also ensure that your solar installations are safer also. So let's quickly go through it. It is divided into four steps. So let's go with the first step, which is called projects. So what I will do is I will simply click on the project. It asks about the basic information. What you have to do is important is you have to name the project in the first step. So let's name it today's online masterclass Solar Edge. So I can name it as my name here, Harpreet. Customer is our guest from today. Yeah, so you can also put your customer name here, example, which will the benefit I will tell you later on what is the benefit of putting here details. If you don't want to put the customer name, it's up to you. So let's then the first part is complete. So you are done with the basic part, which is called projects. So you have to now move on to the second step. So what I will do, I'll move to the second step. It's called roof, and here I will choose a location where you want to put the solar PV system. So what I will do here is, what I will do also here is, I forget to tell you, you also need to put the location where you want to put the solar PV plant. So I've already chosen a location here in Bangalore, which is the southmost city of India, and I already chosen a roof here. So I hope my screen is visible. Once again, I put it forum hall. So I will zoom in. So this is a roof I chosen. So then I quickly move to the second step, which is roof. And I simply do like we do with helioscope. If some of people are using helioscope, just click on the plus button and choose the type of roof you want, whether it's a flat roof or a mono pitch roof or a cable roof. In this case, I know it's a flat roof, so I just choose flat roof here and click on rectangle. And then I click on even membrane, and then I just simply click on add. So what I do, I'll take one of the edges and simply draw above the roof, and I cover it the entire roof. I miss a little bit part, but that's okay. Then you need to input one of the very important parameters. For example, you need to input the building height. Why building height is important? Because wind speeds are different at different heights. So it's very important to put the correct building height. So in this case, I know it's around 11 meters. Roof pitch, you can also need to put it. In case you can, they say it's 0 degrees, so I assume at least 1 degree. And parapet wall, because parapet wall also gives you shading, and it's very common in India to have some kind of a parapet wall, which also gives you a shading sometime during the day. So I assume this as 1 meter, and depending on the material of the roof, you have to choose the friction coefficient. So you are done with the second part. I won't explain about obstruction because we have a limited time, and I would like to show you the mechanical planning, the basic parts. In the advanced version, we can show you more about the obstructions and so on. So this is the, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second part, very simple. So now we're done with the second part. What I will do is now we'll quickly go to the design. And in the design, we need to choose the module manufacturer. So what we'll do is we'll choose a nice, good quality module manufacturer, Exitech, and then we choose the highest power module. Let's choose 380, and then we can also choose the module array. So once you click on the module array, it will also show you, it's a latest feature, earlier it was not available. You can choose, it will show you all the products available. Like for this application, we have 5 products, and then it will recommend, depending on the location, it will recommend, give you some options to choose from. For example, here it gives you 2 options. If you want a north-south facing, then it gives you D-DOM V10. If you want single side facing, then it's give you S-DOM V10. So let's go with, choose with one. You can also do different simulations to see in this particular area how much of module capacity can be reached using S-DOM V10, or if you use double-sided, you can see how much of module capacity can be reached using D-DOM. Yeah. So let me select S-DOM V10, and now you have a module layout. If your customer has already said that I just want 10 kilowatts, then you can choose a module field. But if your customer is really interested in covering the entire area, then you can just simply click the module field, complete roof, and then you just click on add. So see, the entire module layout is already being created. And now there is also a way to edit, create a thermal gaps. I'll also show you quickly that it's also possible to create obstructions. Yeah, if there are obstructions, you can also create obstruction with this tool. Yeah. So what you will do is, for example, if you want to create a rectangle obstruction, you can quickly create a rectangle obstruction. So you could have done this step earlier, but let me want to show you. You can choose the height of it and show shading. So the modules are automatically deleted from this part. So you can see also the modules get shaded. So this kind of analysis you can also do it. Now quickly go to the design part. You can also create thermal gaps, which I will tell you about in an advanced version of the webinar. So ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the second step, which is called design step. Now is the third step, which is called load. So what you'll do here is you need to define this, how much is the wind speeds. So I know for this wind region, we have a wind speed of around 27 meter per second, and it's an urban area. And you can define the snow load as 0 kilonewton. So that's it. So even if you don't know the wind speeds, there is a wind map which you can refer, and based on the location, you can, based on the wind maps, you can enter the wind speeds in this tool. So ladies and gentlemen, you're finished with the third step, and the last step is the results. You can click on the results. So you can see whether the system is verified or not. It says the system is verified, so you can go ahead with this installation as planned. So we are done with the mechanical planning. So you can see how easy it was to do the mechanical planning. I tried to do it as brief as possible because of the time, but you can join the advanced version of the base of the advanced version of the online masterclass, where I can show you in more details. Just considering the time frame, I'm just going through the minimum basic steps. So that's very simple tool it is. You can see how quickly I've done it. So if you are, for a small installation, let's say 10-15 kilowatts, if you know this tool quite nicely, you can plan this PV project's mechanical planning with less than 3 minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, so fast you can do the mechanical planning with this tool. So now I quickly tell you what output it gives you. to see the outputs, you need to click on the summary. Now it will tell you about the bill of materials. And if you want to see the structural analysis report or whatever you need, you can choose what kind of report you want to create it. If you want in the report project data, assembly plan, ballast plan, all this you need to click on it. And then you can generate a report of it. So see, this report is being downloaded here. So I will show you how this report looks like. So this is a 15-page nice report divided into several parts. So in the first part, it shows you the project name, which I put it online masterclass. It shows me as an author. Then it tells you about the basic details about the projects. Where is the location? The Bangalore, south of India in this case. And then it will tell you about the basic details, what kind of modules you have used, what was the peak velocity pressure, what was the snow load. There was no snow load, so it was 0 kilonewton per square meter. Then it will tell you about the pre-assembly plans in this, for example. And then it will divide this entire roof into 8 blocks. And for each block, this 150 kilowatt approximately system is divided into 8 blocks. And for each blocks, it will tell you the kind of stress and strain it is going for. For example, this first block, what is the length and width, and how much forces the compression and suction forces are acting on the various parts of the area of this first block. So for each block, you can see this, all the forces acting on it. Then you can also see the ballast plan for each 8 blocks. So how much ballast you need to put. For example, if you're an installer, if you can take a printout of this report, it makes the work of the installer much more easier. And then if you go further down, then it will talk about the results. The most important part is, if I zoom in, is tell you that this, as I mentioned, this complete roof was divided into 8 arrays. And then it tells you for each array how many the number of modules, how much is the weight of ballast. So what is the dead load in it? So for example, why this dead load is important? This is very important because this is the weight which you are putting it onto the roof, right? And whether your roof is strong enough to sustain that much weight, you are not sure. Yeah, so this is actually a task of a structural engineer. So structural engineer needs these values to estimate whether your roof is strong enough to put a solar PV plant on it or not. So our online tool also gives you values for the input for the structural engineer. For example, in this case, the dead load is almost, for example, for the first array is 2,678 kilograms. Yeah, so what is, no, for this was the dead weight. For example, for each array, for example, this one for module array, it was around 140 Newton per square meter of dead load you're putting with the first one. Yeah. So for combined, it's not showing the values, but anyways, normally it shows the values also. What is the total dead load here, so that you also get to know what is the total dead load, so that your structural engineer knows how much dead load you're going to put it in the roof, and he knows how your beams and etc are designed, whether they are able to sustain that load or not. So this tool also gives you an input for the structural engineer as well. Then it also gives you the structural analysis report as well. It talks about various stress and strain inputs considered in the project. So here you can see the total dead weight excluding ballast is around 130 Newton per square meters. So this was the one which I was talking about. Then it will tell you about the various formulas it has used to calculate, to tell you whether the system has been successfully calculated or not. Then it talks about the direction of the various stress and strain on your PV modules. Same thing is also showing in this report. In the last page is also showing the bill of materials. So see, it's such a nice tool it is. It will give you complete summary of your mechanical planning. And if you want to import this the complete project into an Excel, it's also possible. You need to just click on the bill of material. The complete bill of material will be imported to the Excel sheet. You can see this is the complete bill of material about item number, the description, and the dead weight. And you can also import the ballast plan as well with the Excel tool. So this is the ballast plan. So if you zoom in, so this is the complete ballast plan, and it also show you for, if you zoom in, it will show you the values also. For example, here you need to 9 kilograms. Yeah. And if you want to know the number of blocks you need for your project, that's also possible. So what you have to do is you go to the results. If you want to know, for example, if you know the weight of each ballast, you can define here. So if you assume that weight of each is 5, then instead of telling the ballast plan the value in kilograms, it will show you the number of stones needed for that installation. So now you can quickly go back to the summary page, and now you can see ballast plan. If you just see on the report, I think the report is much more nicer to see. I will just quickly click on the ballast plan. So the report is being downloaded. So you can see this complete array, which was divided into 8 arrays, and then you can see if you assume a particular weight of each, then it also gives you how many pellets you need to put on each array. For example, here is showing the numbers as well. Yeah. So that's it. We are done with the complete mechanical planning in around less than 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So how many of you found this mechanical planning tool really useful? If you found it really useful, please type yes in the chat box. Okay, I can see good number of people saying yes.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that you really like this mechanical tool, and I hope you will start also using this tool in your future PV installations. And now I will show you how to move further to the electrical planning tool using K2+. So what we need to do here is you need to click on this inverter design, and based on the module manufacturer, you just need to select the module manufacturer. For example, in today's case, we have Mr. Venkat from SolarEdge. So I will now request Venkat to take it further with the electrical planning.
Thanks, Hardik. Good afternoon to everyone. Hope my voice is audible.
Yes, it's audible, Venkat.
Yeah, thank you. So first, I would like to thank a K2 team for giving us an opportunity to do this joint webinar. Really, we thank you for the effort you have taken, and Before getting into the discussion, I was just recalling my old days where we used to spend a lot of time on the mechanical design. So where we used to have a specialized mechanical engineer and structural engineer who sits day and night and do all the design activity. But after seeing your K2 tool, I was really getting astonished. I was just thinking how much days we have wasted in doing this calculation, but you've done such a big project calculation within not even half an hour, less than half an hour you have done it. Really, it is amazing. And really, I think all the guests who are present here will be appreciating that also. And with that, let me introduce briefly about SolarEdge. I know most of you are aware about SolarEdge. SolarEdge is a Israeli company, and then we have started our operation in 2006, and we have the DC optimized based inverter solution where we have an optimizer and inverter based solution. So with that brief introduction, let me get into the designer tool. So as you all aware, this designer tool is a free online tool. So there is no any charges or anything. It is completely a free tool as a K2 system. This is also a completely a free tool, and it is very modern and intuitive tool. So we have a very user-friendly interface. So what you are seeing in the screen right now is an electrical design. So in fact, it has come directly to the step 4, where it is coming to the electrical design. So before getting into the detail, let me quickly just show the other steps of what are involved in the designer tool, so it becomes easy for your understanding. So I'm just right now clicking on actually I have logged in earlier itself, so that's where I am directly came into this portal. Else you may have to just log in before entering to the SolarEdge portal. And once you log in, you can see all the list of projects that has been executed by your team or by your colleagues. And sorry. So here, this is a kind of dashboard, I can say, where you can see complete list of all the projects that been done by your team or by your colleagues. And you can see I have filtered it so that I have filtered my projects, whichever project I have done. We are just going to do it now. So you can see here, like the project recently done by Hardeep is already has come here, online masterclass SolarEdge. And you can see it's showing us 0 kilowatt peak because still we have not completed the design. So once it is completed, then it will be showing what is the actual DC capacity and other detail. And in your project, if you want to filter only the commercial sites and residential sites, that is also possible. And in case if you want to start a fresh project, rather instead of using K2, and if you want to directly start from here, that is also possible. And you can just simply click this plus sign, so that you will be getting 3 options: basics, commercial, and the residential. So by here entering into the appropriate project size, you can start doing the project. So now let us get into this today's online class, where we are going to discuss in detail about the project, what K2 system has done. So you can see here the same site which has been selected by Hardeep is already available here. So it is showing the location, Bangalore location, and then it is also taking the weather station information that is from the Bangalore. So why this weather station is being considered here is we are also going to show the energy generation value in the report. So those who have used already PVSys or any other software, so how in the other software you'll be getting the energy generation detail, the shadow analysis, everything. The same thing we are also going to do in this software. So this is the first info, project info. Since already in K2 system you have entered everything, so everything is coming here. And in case if you want to add any other note or something, you can always keep adding here. And in case if you want to change any of the grid parameter, obviously since it's a commercial system, we are going with the 3-phase system. Else if you want to choose for any smaller system like a single phase system, or if you're working for a different countries, US or any other country, you can use the different grid parameter or grid voltages. And in case if you know what is the commercial, what is the consumption of the customer, for example, this is a commercial building, so I'm just changing the project profile as commercial. And let's say I know the profile or the consumption profile of this particular customer, assuming like 2000 units per month. For I'm entering as 24,000 units. So why we are entering this is this software is also going to tell how much energy you are using from PV and how much energy you are importing from the grid. So I entered the what is the annual consumption. I'm also going to select the consumption profile. So we have certain profiles which are built already in the software. So for example, constant energy consumption. Choose a typical consumption profile that represents. So let's say constant is something like business hours, kind of a office or something I can say, evening focused. So kind of a showroom or something where you have more of evening customers are falling in, so that weekday focused or commercial shopping hours, something you can select as per the actual site condition. So since this is a forum mall, which is a commercial shopping, so I'm just choosing the commercial shopping hour as a profile, consumption profile. So this is the first step what you have done in the project info. And site modeling, we need not to do anything because already everything is being done in the K2 system. You can see here exactly the site profile you are getting in 2D, and you just click on the 3D, you can see the 3D image or the 3D drawing, how the system is being designed or the roof area has been designed, including the shadow object. And you have two options here. So right now what you are seeing is a grid view. When you click on the satellite view, you can see the satellite image to get the more realistic picture. So this is how the building looks like. So site modeling, I have not done anything. PV module placement, I'm not going to do anything because already everything is being done in the K2 system. You can see how nicely the PV modules been placed, and then you can see the shadow objects, everything. And you can also see what is a tilt angle, everything, by clicking on that module. So if you just click on that area, you can clearly get all the information. And when you click on the entire site, it will take for the entire roof area where the PV modules is being placed. And we do have another option called irradiance view. So what is irradiance view is, so when you click on this option, the software will generate a irradiance map depending on the weather location or the weather conditions. So it will say how much of the solar energy or the irradiation is falling on that particular roof area. So when you just zoom in, you can clearly see the light yellow color areas are the one where you get more of a sunlight. So you can see here almost 93% of the irradiation are coming into this area, and the dark purple color is the area where you get some amount of shadow. So this shadow is coming mainly because of the parapet wall. So here you can see 82% is the irradiance level that is coming. So let me just zoom out, and then you can see the shadow object what has been created. So there also we can see the shadow is getting created and what is the amount of irradiance that you are getting. So all this will be calculated while we are doing the energy generation calculation. So I just like to repeat, we have not done anything in the site modeling and PV module placement. So everything is being imported from the K2 system directly. So all I have done is only in the project info, I just entered the annual energy consumption data. So now, just if you remember, when Hardeep was switching over from K2 to SolarEdge, the screen was directly coming to the electrical design. Means this is the last step where I'm going to finish my electrical design, because all your mechanical design, everything is been already completed. Only the left out is electrical design. Since customer has decided to go with SolarEdge, he's opted for SolarEdge software. So he's coming to this landing page. And here you can see already the software is proposing which optimizer and which inverter need to be used. So if you remember, we were using Axitec 380 watt peak module. And since this is a commercial system, so we are using a 2:1 optimizer. So we are opting for P801. So the software is proposing the best optimizer for this module is P801. In case if you want to change the optimizer, you can always select any of the compatible optimizer from the drop down list. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm just leaving with P801. And coming on to the inverter, so based on the oversizing, you can see by default the software will show us 120% as a oversizing. In case if you want to reduce or increase, accordingly the inverter quantity will be keep changing. For example, let's say if I'm putting only 100%, so the software is proposing me to use two number of 82.8 kilowatt and one number of 8 kilowatt inverter. So I will just go back to the original 120% or 117%. So I am going with the 82.8 kilowatt of two numbers of inverter. So the last thing left out is the stringing or the electrical connection. So we have decided what optimizer has to be used, and we have finalized which inverter has to be used. Now the last step left out is the DC connection or the stringing. So earlier, if you remember, we need to do a manual calculation or a manual stringing, but now we have an option called auto stringing. So moment I select auto stringing, the software will do the electrical wiring connection for me. And before even doing that, there is an option called advanced. So I'm going to select how this auto stringing has to be happen. So whether it's to be mixed, that is both horizontally and vertically, the DC wiring, or it should be only horizontally or vertically. So always it is best to go with the mixed option so that I will get the best electrical wiring plan. So I am leaving with the mixed, and then I'm just clicking on the auto stringing. So once I click on the auto stringing, you can see the software will take few minutes or few seconds to generate the auto string design based on the plant capacity. So you can see here the total inverter or the total PV capacity or the modules installed is 464. The DC capacity is 176.32 is the AC capacity, that is kilowatt, and the 16 number of strings is being used, and 106% is the oversizing of the inverter. So you can see all this information in the bottom of this page. So once I am satisfied and I am okay with this design, I will just click on the generate. So the design is done. So now I'm going into the summary and the report. So you can see here for the total design, almost we are taking just not even half an hour, less than half an hour. Starting from the mechanical design up to the electrical design, you are going to finish within half an hour or 45 minutes, depending on the project size. So once you click on the summary and report, you will get a very nice summary and report page here. So let me start one by one. So the first option what you have is a report setting. So in the report setting, so you can choose which are the options you want to get displayed in the report and in which order you want to display it. So for example, let's say the 3D image I don't want in the first page or the first portion. So I can simply keep drag it and put it in last page or the last column so that it comes in the last location. So like that, I can just keep playing with my report format also. And we can also select which are the parameter I want to get displayed or printed in the report, because initially it may be a very initial proposal to the customer where I don't want to give the complete simulation results, everything. I want to just give only the estimated energy and the bill of material. So I can select only those parameter and then opt out for the other. So let me go with the original thing here. So here you can see first option is a 3D image. So in the 3D image, totally we have 3 blocks. So you can select in a different view, how do you want to present the report. So the first one, I leave it with the satellite. Second one, I will make it as a irradiance view so that the customer can understand what is the kind of irradiance he is getting and what are the kind of shadow he is going to get in his report. And third one, I just leave it with the grid view. So it is up to us which view and which or what we wanted to show here. In case if you don't want to show these 2 options with only one option, you can always go for that also. And in the bottom, you can see the system overview. How many number of PV module is installed? That is 464. How many inverters is 2 inverter and 232 optimizer. And here also you can see the remove and the move options, so that in case if I don't want this block to get displayed in the report, I can simply close it, or if you want to change the order, I can always move this. So you can see now it has come to the bottom. So after the system overview, we have the simulation results, a quick simulation result. What is the DC capacity? That is 176 kilowatt peak. What is the achieved AC power? That is 165, that is 82.8 into 2. What is the annual energy generation estimated from this plant and how much of the CO2 we are saving and the equivalent trees planted. And when you click on this drop down menu, you will be getting further detail like what is the maximum achieved, the DC to AC ratio, the performance ratio. Also we will be getting in this. And next comes the consumption pattern. As I told, So you can see here, out of 301.26 megawatt hour, so this is the total production from the solar, out of which only 5% is getting consumed and balance 95% is getting exported to the grid. And their total consumption is 24 megawatt hour. So depending on my profile selection, consumption profile selection, the software is telling that 65% will be self-consumption and import will be around 35%, that is 8.42 megawatt has to be imported from the grid. So it also gives a very nice graphical representation, how much is the export is happening and how much is the import has to be taken place in this particular power plant. And next it comes the estimated monthly energy generation value. Similar to the PV system, you can clearly see how much is the solar month on month basis, how much is the consumption and how much is the export it is happening. And if there is any energy getting clipped, that is clipping energy also, you can clearly see it here. Then comes your PV modules. So what is a PV module you have considered? So you can clearly see it is Axitec module that you have considered. What is a racking type? It is a tilt angle orientation and azimuth and the tilt angle we can see here. And this gives the bill of material of the electrical components, that is the inverter and the optimizer and the module. And to the same report, if you want to add the structural components, the mechanical structures, your other BOS like electrical cables, AC cables, everything, you can always keep adding to this report itself. You can enter the item what you want to add and then you can enter the quantity. And if you want to give us a commercial proposal, you can also add the cost to it, so that it will becomes like a completely a techno commercial offer for the customer. So then comes the electrical design. So for each inverter, how many strings, what should be the connection, it gives very clear indication. And then the system loss diagram, similar to the PV system, you can clearly see what was the global irradiation and then what are the various losses, and finally how much energy is getting exported to the grid. And in case if you want to do any adjustment in these losses, for example, let's say the soiling loss or the snow loss is 0%, and I want to change that because I know since it's an urban area, there will be a lot of soiling happening even though in spite of regular cleaning. So I can enter the soiling value. So according to that, the energy generation value will be recalculated. So we have almost all the features similar to the PV system. So in fact, the DNGVL has given a report saying that the energy estimation value generated by our software is almost close to PV system, with plus or minus 1% is the variance between our report and the PV system. So you can always confidently use this report for your initial discussions and other things. So you can see now the completely this report can be printed in a PDF format. So this is a location, what you consider, the weather stations, everything is being given here. So you can also just print it as a PDF. So by clicking on this button. And next we have another option called project layout. Let's say that this layout is being finalized and the installer is going exactly as per this layout. So you can simply download this layout as a PDF file. So here you will be getting the complete information how to do the DC wiring and other things. So you can see here 2 inverters are there. In each inverter, how many strings are there and how to do the DC wiring, it is clearly showing the indications. So this also becomes very easy and useful for the installation team in the site, so that they need not to get confused. They can simply follow this wiring diagram and then they can complete their activity. So it's as simple as that. So within 10-15 minutes, you can do all the electrical activities, also design also. And if you want to export the same layout, because as you all know, SolarEdge is also having a module level monitoring. So that is also a free monitoring tool, which is a free for lifetime. So if you want to export the same layout to the monitoring portal without recreating it, you can just use this option, export to the monitoring portal. So just click on this so that automatically this same layout will get exported to the monitoring portal. And then you can just map the optimizer and then you can have the module level information. And the last option is a share option. So let's say a team is working on it, and if you want to send to any of your team member to cross verify this design. So if you want to do just cross verification, you can just put their email ID, and then you can say whether you want to only have a view, or you can also the edit, means the person who want to verify it can edit or can just view it, so that in case any changes need, they can always edit it and then give the correction, so that it becomes like a collaborative work also. So just two simple steps. One is electrical design and the summary and report if you're coming from the K2, or if you're directly going from the SolarEdge, it is just 4 steps. So that's it. Your both mechanical and electrical design is done. And definitely when you're going with this kind of report to your customer, the customer can see the difference what you're bringing in, because you have the complete design starting from the mechanical wind load calculations, everything is there. And plus additionally to that, if you have the electrical design calculation, the string layout design, the layout, everything is there. Customer will feel the difference, and then he can see the kind of importance that been given to his project. So that will create a lot of difference in the project negotiation or in the commercial discussions. So that's it from my side, Hardik.
Thank you so much, Venkat. So ladies and gentlemen, you have seen how quickly we have done this 176 kilowatt project. Both mechanical and electrical planning we have finished with less than 1 hour. So you can see how beautiful this tool is, and it has two advantages using this tool. One is it helps to reduce the errors, and second one, it increases the productivity. So in fact, it's this with this tool, you're not just completing the mechanical and electrical planning. On the top of it, you can also do the monitoring as well. So I hope you like this tool. And now we are into the question and answer session. So I forget to tell you, there are also possibility to ask the question with the chat box option. But now you also have an option to ask a question verbally. And how we are going to do this is basically that there is a raise a flag button in your screen. So if you really want to ask the question, you just simply need to click on this raise a flag button. So once you click on this raise a flag button, our co-moderating team knows that you really want to ask the question. And then once you raise the hand, we will unmute your mic, and then instead of writing, you can verbally ask your questions directly to the K2 team as well as Mr. Venkat from SolarEdge. So now I will hand it over to Hartwig to see if there are any verbal questions people are asking. Over to Hartwig.
Harpreet, thank you very much. First question came from Diane Jacobs. So Diane, I unmute your microphone now. Okay, seems it's not possible. So we're gonna continue with a question from Amit. So
okay. So
can you hear me now?
Now it's good. Yes, Diane. Sorry.
Yes.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Can we go to the summary report, to the part of the bill of quantities? I just wanted to see there with regards to the pricing. I see you can change the currency there from maybe I see it was on Indian rupee to South African rands. To the bill of quantity.
Yeah, so in the SolarEdge report.
Yeah, and just go to the bill of materials.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Okay, so in the option based on the country where you are working from, by default, since we are from India, you can see the default currency is selected as INR. So in case if you want to change the currency to different like US dollar or euro, you can always do that from the drop down list.
Okay, and then the pricing, can I edit? Can I put the pricing in there myself of the price of the inverter module and the solar module?
Exactly. So we don't do any pricing there. You have to manage price that you want to offer to the customer.
Okay, no problem. Can you just go down for me quickly there? Let me just see when you choose that option, is all the countries there? Just go down a little bit. Yeah, they're on top, the top right by bill of material.
So Hardeep, I think you have the mouse control. You can just little bit scroll up.
Okay, just a moment.
I don't have control of the mouse here.
Yeah, yeah.
There we
so
go.
Here,
Just there,
just on the
just there.
INR. Yeah, just on
Yeah,
the INR, you
on.
can just click the drop down list.
I just want to see if South Africa, if ZAR is there.
Yeah, definitely South Africa currencies are there because you know that we do have a big operation in South Africa. So definitely the options are there.
Okay, so I can then edit it. I can edit and I can put the costing in there then.
Exactly, you can do that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we move to next question, please?
Yeah, next question. I'm gonna get back to Amit. So I unmute your microphone now. For whatever reason, it's not working. So you know, we're gonna take the next question from Samir. Samir, I unmuted your mic now. Please ask your question.
Good afternoon. See, the model you have shown is the model you have shown is a flat rooftop. Generally, when we do the projects in the urban area, especially if I see Pune, Bombay, Bangalore, Kolkata, we have to go on a multi-story buildings, and again the terraces of the buildings have number of obstacles. It may be water tanks are positioned in some directions, then there are some elevational projections, pergolas, they are casting some kind of a shadows. In such cases, there are two ways. That first thing, you have to raise the structure so that there will not any shadow from the other objects, or then you have to have a very meticulous measurements of all those things. But in such case, how easy is to use your software, because then using your software in that cases will be very difficult.
Okay, so I think I will take this question. So basically you said that basically the question is about obstructions. So if you know the basically the dimensions of the obstructions, you can just simply define that in the K2 base. If you can go to the roof part and then you can just select the obstructions. Yeah, it can be we are also developing a circle obstruction. So right now we have a rectangle, and also we can see the obstructions by the parapet wall, where you can draw a line along the parapet. So just you need a good accurate input. What is the height of that obstruction and what are the dimensions, and then you can create that obstruction as well. And later on with that obstruction, you can do also the shadow analysis. Both in the K2 base also can do the shadow analysis in the Solar Edge tool as well.
Okay.
Is that answer your question, sir? Hello?
Yeah, there are, yeah, but still I doubt, because then taking the measurements of certain things at a site are very difficult. So is there any tool by which we can measure the vertical height, like from Google Earth, we can at least have some idea of the horizontal measurements like that? Is there any tool by which we can have idea of the height of any obstacle?
Height would be difficult. Height, I would suggest that you have to go directly to the site, but at least the measurement of the obstacle, it's very easy. You don't need to in fact take the measurement. You can, as you see that you can you can draw the obstacle directly on the Google Maps. So if you know there is a water tank or something, some other obstruction, a rectangular obstruction, you can simply, like you draw the modules on the rooftop, you can also draw the obstructions just seeing the Google image, and then you can just tell the height to it, and then you can do the shadow analysis later on. But knowing the obstruction height just by online tool, because the problem is for the European countries, it's possible to get the 3D views for using Google Maps. But for India, this feature is still yet not available, as far as I know.
Okay, again, many buildings are not exactly east-west or south-north. They may be facing slightly off the north of the site, and in such cases, if we want to put exactly north-south, then you have to have some kind of either a fabrication on the site or some kind of elevated structure. So how you are going to solve that particular problem? Because in this case, you have taken a flat surface. Now, if I have to maintain at least 15 degrees of a slope towards the south, then in such cases, and if I want to have a elevated structure, then how such things can be inculcated in your software?
At the moment, we cannot incorporate elevated structures in this. Yeah. So that is at the moment is not possible with this our tool.
Okay,
because this elevated structure concept is more focusing on the residential segment where people would like to use more of the space for their personal use, and that's why they want to elevate it to some height and then they want to install above it. So which we normally don't recommend, because the moment you're going to elevate a structure, you're going to increase, which is called, there are two forces, one is called drag force and one is called lift force. So if you're going to elevate it, the lift force will increase dramatically. So you are increasing the danger of the structure to fly in the air. So which we normally don't recommend. We will recommend that the tilt angle should be as low as possible and there should not be any raised structure. If you do so, you will going to make your system safer for at the same lifetime as of modules, because you have to consider this solar PV project is not a matter of 1 or 2 years, it's a matter of 25 years. In fact, I would say solar module is a life of 40 years. So only thing it degrades by 80%, but nothing happens to for 40 years. So if you're considering 40 years lifetime, and then you're putting your solar PV project so much danger that you want to raise the structure and then put above it a solar PV project, and decreasing the drag force, you can see how the climate is changing. You're going to put it a much more danger to the solar PV installation. So that's why I normally don't recommend to raise the structure in this case.
Yeah, you may be correct from the technical point of view, but what I have encountered in generally that people want to use their terrace for different purposes, and generally even we pursue them your point, they say that no, we want to use our terrace, so you have an elevated structure, because again bifacial panels which are now used generally, if they are placed at a height, the other side can generate. So I think that this is one of the dilemma for us also, what you have said correctly.
Sir,
I will really suggest that we can continue because we have a limited time. We can continue this discussion for as much as time. I will really love to answer every detail about your question, but I will really appreciate if we can have a one-to-one conversation on this question so that other people can also get a chance. So there are a lot of people presently, around 170 people are there in this platform, so they also get chance. So I will really appreciate if you can contact me and we can have one-to-one discussion on this.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Next question I see is coming from Jaideep. So I'm gonna unmute your mic now. So for whatever reason, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna take the next question. The next question coming is.
Hello, this is Jaideep.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good to have you with us in the webinar. So, please ask your question.
Well, what's the basis of the solar radiation data that is taken in your software?
I think this is a question for Venkat.
Okay, let me answer. We are using a Meteonom data. So that is the database for us from where we are taking the Meteonom data. And in case if you have data from some other softwares like NASA or RedScreen, you can always upload that data to our software and then you can do the simulation.
And how accurate that would be?
So whatever the data we have taken.
Yes.
Yes, he wants
Yeah,
the
so-
irradiation data is how much
So
accuracy it
that's
is.
what I told, like it has been verified and certified by the DNGVL team. So it is plus or 1% is the variation, plus or minus 1%.
Okay. And one more quick question. In case of a captive rooftop, how do you estimate the power wasted on weekends?
So right now we don't get into those details because this is a preliminary software which gives an tool for the installer to estimate how much PV can be installed and what is the estimated energy generation. So we are limiting ourselves to that point itself. So if you want to the next stages into the PPA or kind of a detail analysis, then this is not the right tool.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the next question.
Oh yes, next question I have here from Ismail. So Ismail, I unmute your microphone now. Seems it's not working properly, so we're gonna straight to the next question here. I see the next question coming from Jaga Tizan. So I'm gonna unmute your microphone now. So also here it's not possible. So let's get to the next question coming from Sidaling Gaia. So hopefully my pronunciation was right. So I'm gonna unmute your microphone now.
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, it seems like they have locked themselves. So
Okay.
they have to unlock themselves because otherwise it's not working. So we have Victor with us. So I'm gonna unmute his microphone now. Same thing here.
Yes, please go ahead.
Also not working.
Okay.
So we have a question from Manye Goda. So I have unmuted your microphone now. Please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Actually, I am a big fan of SolarEdge. Actually, I did more than 2 megawatt installation in India. Then one thing I want to ask. Actually, customer is investing money. Actually, we as per the view you are showing, longitude, latitude, whatever requirement is there, but generally this software is taking general way, actually not in scientific or actual requirement. Okay, then before committing to the customer, actually he is investing, no, he should get more benefit. Okay, he should love this system. This is a reason I want to remove wherever shadow is there. I want to remove that panels and give the more benefit to the customer. You are understanding or not? Hello?
No, you are. What I understood, you are doubting the accuracy of the tool, or how? What is your question is?
Yes, 100%, sir. 100%.
No, sir. We have been.
And
This we have done it.
one thing, whatever software is generating, I am not having any doubt on that. Whatever giving that report. Okay, one thing I am having doubt, only longitude, latitude means in case I am sitting in Bangalore, okay, this area is required 12-degree inclination. Okay, that whatever you are taken that Bangalore site only. Okay, that site tilting angle is not fitted with the south facing. then also you are fitting panels with whatever actual building dimension is there. Okay. Whatever dimension. Please show that picture.
Yeah, Mr. Manjagowda, thanks for participating. We got your question. Maybe probably I will call you later and then we can discuss off the line.
Just I want clarity on that. How
Sure,
to
sure. We will
design
call you back. We will call you back because since we are running out of time, because we also want to give opportunity to the other participant. I will call you back. Myself and Hardeep will call you back and then we'll clarify your doubts. Thanks for your participation.
All right. So we have again Ismail. Ismail, is it now working? We have seen you have you have to unmute your microphone. If you're not unmuted, I cannot unmute you here. It's still not working.
Okay, then we move to the next person.
In the meantime, we have seen in the chat a couple of questions. That we should shed a little bit more light from SolarEdge. Now it's working, Ismail.
Okay.
Okay. Good to have you with us in the webinar. Please, take the chance. Ask your question now.
Thanks a lot. Really, the team of K2, and I was half-minded. I just started to listen to the webinar. It was really useful. Thanks a lot. And the thing is, the question is that regarding our ground-mounted system designing, how our software can support, especially in the ground-mounted system.
So I understood your question is regarding ground-mounted, right?
Yeah.
So with this, our tool, it's not possible to do the ground-mounted systems at the moment. So the only thing what you can do is for the rooftop systems, not possible ground-mounted systems. Okay, Hardeep, can we move to the next question?
No, we saw a lot of questions in the chat, regarding shed a little bit more light on the optimizer from SolarEdge. So maybe Venkat, you can give a little bit more input on the optimizers, SolarEdge optimizers.
Great. I think if I start speaking about the optimizer, I need another half an hour to 45 minutes. So just to keep the time intact, what I will do, I will just quickly brief about optimizer is nothing but a DC-DC converter which does the MPPT at the module level. So what I would request is, like, we do conduct regular webinars where we are explaining more about the technology. So I would request whoever has requested for the detail about optimizer can join for us the next webinar, or I will reach you through personally and then we will discuss in detail.
That's fair enough. Thank you. So we still have I'm gonna go through two more questions. One is coming from Zidaling Jaya. I'm gonna try it again to unmute the microphone now. Same thing than before. You have to unmute your mic, otherwise I'm not able to unmute it here. Now it's working. Perfect. Please.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Thank you. Good. Thanks for your time again. I have a quick question. I am looking for a few solar-related accessories, optimizers, chargers, string inverters. Where can I get in a bulk for my projects?
Well, sir, we have a distributors, pan-India distributors. So if you visit a SolarEdge.com website, there we have given all the distributor details from where you can purchase. And still, if you have any difficulty, please let us know so that we can help you to identify the right distributor who can help you with all the materials.
Sure. That sounds great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. So I would like to give a last question here to the audience, which is coming from Abdul Karim Farouk. So Abdul, please.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, thanks for your time. So just I want to know some basic question. What is the difference between K2 Plus and SolarEdge? What is the difference? They both are different or both are in a single platform? Can we simulate with a similar other inverters also, like Huawei, SunGrow, like that with the K2 software?
Okay, so let me answer your question. So K2 Plus is a platform. You basically in our solar PV projects, you have two different kinds of planning. One I mentioned as mechanical planning, and another one is called electrical planning. So K2 Plus is a tool or a platform where you can combine both the mechanical and electrical planning. So what you basically need is to do that, you need to have an account. For example, for mechanical planning, you need to have account with the K2 base, which you can, I already mentioned how you can create account with the K2 base. And for the, also you need to have an account with the inverter you want to choose. With the K2 Plus platform, I can show you, we have a collaboration with different inverter manufacturers. Let me show you. So example, if you click on this platform, K2 Plus, then we have a collaboration with 4 inverter manufacturers, Fronius, Coastal, SMA, and SolarEdge. So if you can choose any of these 4 inverter manufacturers using this platform.
Abdul,
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, this answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you. And one more suggestion: when you
SunGrow, we have not incorporated yet. We have only incorporated these 4 inverter manufacturers on K2 Plus platform at the moment. But we would love to add more inverter manufacturers as well, so that it gives more flexibility for the planners.
Yeah. Okay. And one more suggestion. So when
Yes, please.
Please.
When you are presenting something like that at seminar, right? So you have to choose any tough project like boundary outline. You are selecting very simple boundary, right? Building view. So when you are doing any other seminar, you just select more obstacle buildings.
Yes, sir. The idea was basically I want to tell normally my webinar or online masterclass or K2 base, I normally took 1.5 hours to just explain K2 base. But this just because this becomes too boring or too much time consuming, people cannot sit for 2-3 hours just to look at the mechanical and electrical planning. I try to keep the K2 base as brief as possible. So if you want to, we can take a site with as many obstructions as possible, and then we can also show there are a lot more features in the K2 base, which I can show you in more detail if we have more time. So just for the time purpose, just to keep it as short as possible, we have selected a site which was actually obstacle free. Then I noticed that I even didn't choose obstruction. I want to show how SolarEdge it's visible the obstruction, that I actually created the obstacle later on as well. So you can do any route with any obstacle as possible. You can also create walkways with K2 base as well. So everything is possible with the K2 base. So I would really appreciate if you can have a one-to-one session with me where I can show you all these possible features, where we have ample time to show you basically. Okay, Hardik, next question.
You know, we are getting closer to the end of our webinar. I just got a quick look at the time. So we have one final question. This final question is coming from Pramod Kumar. So I unmute his microphone now. So same thing than before. You have to unmute your mic, otherwise it's not possible for me to unmute your microphone. Okay. For whatever reason, it's not working. So time is gone anyway. Harpreet.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending this online masterclass. So first of all, I would like to thank my team all the way back in Germany for supporting on the back end of this webinar. And I really appreciate, thank you very much for your support, Hartwig. Really appreciate that. And I also like to thank Axel, who even taken a time from his holidays to be part of this online masterclass, and also to Stefan. Not the least, I would really like to thank from my bottom of my heart to Mr. Venkat. Mr. Venkat, very much, thank you so much for being part of this online masterclass. Really appreciate that. And
thank you.
We hope we organize more further such online masterclass in the future.
Sure.
Thank you. And not the least, now I want to acknowledge each and every one of you on this online masterclass for coming here and sharing your precious time. And of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. You can either contact me for any questions relating to mounting structures, or you can also contact Mr. Venkat if you have any questions related to the solar edge inverters. So I hope this webinar is value for you, and I also hope that you will soon start planning, make use of this such a beautiful tool, such a productive tool where you can do both the mechanical and electrical planning as quickly as possible. So if you have not yet registered for, not created any account, please do that after this online masterclass. So we are signing off now. Thank you so much once again, and we are looking forward to you that you will attend also the future online masterclass. Thank you. Wish you a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you very much for participation. See you in our next webinar.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Namaste.
Bye.